Based on the fourth film in the franchise, Terminator Salvation puts players in the shoes of John Connor, waging war against the machines that dominate the Los Angeles wasteland in 2016. With its mix of third-person gunplay and on-rails vehicle sections, is Salvation a showcase of terrifying new technology, or is it harmlessly obsolete?
Is it dead? Looks like it!
Terminator Salvation follows Connor as a young soldier who is yet to become the inspiring commander in the war against Skynet. Defying orders to return to base, Connor sets out to rescue a group of comrades stranded behind enemy lines, amassing a large army of followers along the way.
Look, if we leave them behind, we're no better than the machines!
Connor, I am ordering you to get on this chopper!
Taking place before the events of the film, there are no references to the flick's lead Terminator character. In fact, none of the game's Terminators come remotely close to evoking a sense of human connection, and there seems to be little that Connor can't solve with a handful of soldiers and a laptop. Overall, Salvation's plot is a bit too simple and straightforward, failing to bring any meaningful insights into the Terminator world.
Wait, hold up, y'all ain't got nothing to say? Huh? No one's complimenting me on my handiwork? Come on.
You designed that trap?
Taking less than 4 hours to complete, Terminator Salvation is one of the shortest games ever to be released at $60. But it's not just the overall length that's an issue. Several of the game's chapters can be completed in less than 10 minutes, and the whole game is split into small segments. You rarely get a chance to really dive into the gameplay without being interrupted by a cinema or the drawn-out, red-eyed stare of the loading screen. One particularly brief section clocks in at a mere 38 seconds. The game lacks online play, but it does include a split-screen co-op mode. Having a friend on board helps when flanking enemies, and if you get taken out, your partner can revive you. Ultimately, though, playing the game in co-op just makes the already short experience go by even faster. And in a weird twist, whenever player 2 blasts an enemy, the NPC soldiers yell their congratulations to Connor.
Nice shooting, Connor!
Great job, John!
While trophies and achievements usually aren't a factor in our reviews, Salvation's list of rewards is too anemic to ignore. 9 trophies are given for completing each chapter of the game, and there are 2 for beating it on higher difficulty settings. That's it.
We got it.
Good job, Dobkin.
PS3 owners may be happy to net a quick platinum trophy with a one-day rental, but Terminator Salvation fails to provide enough content to justify a full-priced purchase.
All right, works for us. Thanks. I try and remember the world the way it used to be, but it gets harder every day.
Terminator Salvation focuses on third-person shooting, while breaking up the pace with several on-rails action sequences. The cover system is well designed, allowing you to easily stay secure while navigating the battlefield. While there's no option to vault over bits of cover like Gears of War, you can safely move to adjacent cover simply by nudging the stick in the right direction. The tactical importance of this sort of smart movement is heavily underscored by some of the enemies you encounter. For example, spider machines can only be taken out from the rear. Salvation limits you to carrying 2 guns at a time, but there are plenty of weapons scattered about if you find yourself ill-equipped. The selection is pretty standard, with shotguns, assault rifles, and rocket launchers. Unfortunately, you aren't able to scavenge any lasers or miniguns from the machines. You also have grenades and pipe bombs at your disposal, but using them can be a pain. There's no grenade swap function mapped to any of the several unused buttons on the controller, so you have to bring up the weapons menu to switch between the two. Standard combat doesn't offer much variety, with most encounters featuring the same 2 or 3 enemies over and over again. And outside of a few early chase sequences, Salvation's Terminators really don't exhibit the same fear-inducing invulnerability of their big-screen counterparts. They are somewhat impervious, but they'll go down easy with a pair of pipe bombs. And explosives are in no short supply whenever the endoskeletons are present. In addition to the cover-based combat, you'll frequently hop on vehicles to blast waves of enemies in several on-rail sections. You'll defend a subway car from motorcycles, ride turret-equipped buggies to escort a school bus, and even pilot a massive robot tank to take out anti-air towers through the classic Red Terminator vision filter. Salvation's core mechanics are sound, but the short, repetitive bursts of gameplay and wimpy Terminators keep the game from feeling like the dark, desperate struggle that would truly do the franchise justice.
John, you inspired her. You inspired all of us to join you on this mission.
Salvation's presentation looks somewhat dated with flat textures, compressed cinemas, and an inconsistent frame rate, particularly when you're playing in co-op. The voice acting isn't too bad, but stiff character animations don't complement the performances.
It's suicide!
It may be. But I'd rather die for a reason than live without one.
Since the game is based on the first PG-13 Terminator film, there's a noticeable lack of blood whenever people get shot.
Did you just call them robots?
They're robots, right? What else should I call them?
Fine, no problem.
With its lean plot, unimposing Terminators, and stilted replay value, Terminator Salvation doesn't have a whole lot going for it. It's also so unbelievably short that the price of entry simply cannot be justified.